I want to begin this week's devotionals by I want to thank Pastor David. Again, he does so much stuff behind the scenes, behind the camera, that frankly, even I don't know all that he does. But every one of these is edited by him, and all the graphics are completely done by him. And so just want to say thank you to David. I'm actually recording this on his birthday. So happy belated birthday, but I'm saying it on your birthday, but it's going to be seen in the future. The wonders of technology. Let's finish the book of Joshua. Joshua chapters 23 and 24. These are Joshua's final words. And he reminds the nation of God's work in just his lifetime. I mean, in his life, he started as a slave in Egypt. He experienced the Exodus. He experienced something of the 10 plagues going on and the amazing rescue of God. He experienced the Red Sea. He experienced all that happened in the wilderness. He saw the pillar of cloud and fire. He saw the construction of the tabernacle from the nation of Egypt giving their wealth to Israel. He saw rebellion. He was one of the 12 spies sent in. Was one of the first to see the promised land, to travel throughout. And he saw then an entire generation wander. They had to go camping for 40 years. And then he saw conquest. He saw God part the Jordan River. Here's kind of here's the next generation having that kind of almost that Red Sea experience and coming in, and he saw a faithful generation operate and saw what God did. And then he saw a taste of God's rest, the rest God promised for his people. And so he encourages this nation, this younger generation, to some degree, encourages them to continue to be faithful, continue taking possession of the land, continue to follow the instructions of Moses, not follow the ways of these Canaanite peoples, because it's Yahweh who gave them victory over the gods of these other peoples. It's Yahweh who brought them to this place. And if they failed to be faithful, they would no longer experience the blessing of Yahweh because they'd moved away from covenant loyalty. See, God is not arbitrary. God is not capricious. God had entered into a covenant where God was clear. If you are faithful to me in these ways, you're seeking to follow me. Didn't say perfect. He gave a sacrificial system for sin. Right? But it's if your allegiance is with me, I will give you these blessings because God is for his people. God's for all people, is inviting everyone into covenant. But see, here's the thing. If we would receive covenant blessing without being bound in covenant, would we want any of our children, would you want for yourself a marriage where your child or you are committed to the spouse, but the spouse, that person is not committed to your kid, or your spouse is not committed to you? That they are doing whatever they want to do, living however they want without regard for you, but you are living completely devoting, seeking to bless them with everything you are. Maybe you know someone, maybe you are someone who is in a relationship like that. And that's not a happy place to be. It's not a healthy place to be. That's a hard place to be. This is what God is saying. I can't give you these blessings because it's not going to be healthy for the relationship. It's not going to be healthy for people to be faithful to God. It just would lead to how the Canaanites lived. A culture where love of Yahweh and more tangibly for us, love of others isn't at the root. Joshua says, me and my family, no matter what you guys do, me and my family, we will serve the Lord. And the people here, they pledge themselves, yes, we will be loyal in covenant to God. So Joshua sends that home, and we read he dies at the age of 110. And the book closes stating the people were faithful while he and the leaders of his generation lived. And that's a positive, hopeful statement. But it's also open-ended. What's going to come next? See, the people of God here are set up in the new Eden, the promised land, a land of milk and honey, a land overflowing. This is Garden of Eden imagery language. So here we have, okay, we've got God's people in kind of Garden of Eden 2.0, ready to go, ready to be light to the nations, ready to be priests to the nations, ready to have that mandate, like Adam and Eve were called to kind of spread the order, the goodness, spread, what God had done, to cooperate with God and spread that out. Here's Israel set up to do that very thing as a nation. Would they stay faithful? Or would they repeat this error, the sin of Adam and Eve, and do what was right in their own eyes? If you know the book of Judges, you know the answer to that question. If you have read a newspaper, you know the answer to this question. It's the same question we have today as followers of Jesus, individually and corporately. Are we going to stay faithful? Are we going to do things that seem right in our eyes? What is the spiritual influence that is directing you today? Is it Jesus? Are you not clear? Is it the gods, the idols of our culture? What will it take, not just to say like Joshua, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, but actually do it? Jesus being our helper. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord be gracious to you. And today, would you know his peace? God bless.